Back to the Eye of Jupiter live every Friday at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Tom Franklin, and today we have on the wonderful William Hatfield from Hatfield Films. Great independent filmmaker. Really good stuff, guys. Go and check out his channel, please. I have him on. We're going to get into the things he's been doing, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to keep it open and light. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. If you keep finding yourself coming back to the show, or if this is your first time here, please do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share it, go over on the MP3 side. You can find me everywhere, and leave me a rating over there on Spotify while you're at it, because that helps out. Let's see. I got some t-shirts down below. All my social medias are down below. And if you want to reach out to me, and if you have an incredible story or something you need to get off your chest, please do me a favor and contact me via email at theeyeofjupiterpodcast@gmail.com. So with all that out of the way, let's welcome to the show, William Hatfield. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. What happened? Everything all right, dude?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing okay, man. Doing okay, man. Just been very busy. I want to say hello to everybody here on the side. We have Pam is back from vacation. Not vacation. She went out and had a wonderful dinner last week with her husband. Jenny took over for Pam. Jenny, she has a company, Pam, we have that somewhere. I would like to pull that up. So we have Jenny over there. We got Mike, her husband. Denise is back. Glad you're feeling better, Denise. Northwest Native Tracker. She was on she will be on the 21st of October. I finally got her on, guys. You're going to get to hear the incredible story that is her life and everything about it. We're gonna definitely have her back on. We just got to iron out some details. Hopefully she can get some video up. But all these people over here, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, James, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Here we go. Here's Denise's thermal cups. Mike Atkins, they make these wonderful little cups where you can put your logo on it for your channel. And while you're at it, guys, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the Magical Journey podcast. Let's see. Paranormal Among Us. Oh my God, my brain is freezing up right now. The Night's Watch and Let's Get Freaky. All those podcasts you can also find in the description below. So I would change it up a little bit, do a little different today. Let's go ahead and get your channel up here. All right, man. So, hi, James. So everyone's saying hello. Okay, man. Hatfield Films.
Oh, wow.
How did this come about, man? What was the reason behind wanting to do that?
Well, it gives me an outlet to be creative and to learn a lot about a lot of different things.
Okay.
It's just a passion project, really. And it just means a lot for me to be able to tell a story, a good story. And a good story is behind everything that's good that you've watched, you know?
Yeah, if you go ahead and do what you do, where you go out there camping by yourself, sometimes days on end to get certain, sometimes you're doing B-roll, sometimes you're actually filming something.
Right.
And I was telling you in the back, in the green room before, I don't usually get much time to watch other people's things. I just don't have time. But I did actually watch one of your episodes a couple months ago. I can't remember the name of it. So, but I went over to your channel, by the way, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. He is currently at 961 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get him that 39 more somehow, so we can get him over that 1,000-point mark, so we can have this gentleman start to actually get a little bit of revenue from what he actually does. So that would be cool. Northwest Trader, go ahead and go over to that channel too as well. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, and I was seeing that you had some videos over there. You got one at like 33,000, one at 20-something thousand, 17,000. And I'm sitting here looking at myself going, what the hell am I doing wrong?
I've just put this stuff together, and I don't put out just anything. The things have to hit me right for me to put it out. Whether it be something about Bigfoot, something about ghosts, something about UFOs. The story just has to hit me right. I have to be able to tell the story right, And I'm not making this this stuff up. It's already reports out there. It just
Right.
my own spin on that stuff.
So so you one hits you, an idea hits you. I understand that. That's being I understand that. Like me, I'll have a notebook, while I'm writing, material for comedy, but I just keep it nearby and I don't force myself to do anything because there you go, you just got yourself a sub. Thank you very much. Thank you, Elena. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So there
Cool.
you got yourself
Very
a
cool.
sub, brother. There you go.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
Right on. Unexplained evolving cryptids. Hi, y'all. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. Damn, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Shit. I'm off track. I'm all over the place today. What were we talking about, buddy?
The
channel with the the process in which you do it. Thank you. It was, being hit by something. It's not like a thing where you just constantly do something. Sometimes you just give it the opportunity to come. And when it does, don't force it. Right.
Because I've learned, and that goes with anything I do in life. If you force it, it doesn't always work. But if you let it flow, most times it's gonna turn out the way you want it, and that's the way I work. I mean, I'll write down ideas, but I won't always use those ideas.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I have gotten halfway through, a good film that I'm editing and decide, no, I'm not going to do it, and just delete everything, and just start from scratch, just the way it goes,
Or sometimes you'll have the middle of an idea. You know what I'm saying? You'll have something like the middle of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a songwriting to give it some kind of structure. You'll have like the chorus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to write the verses to that with maybe a bridge and a solo or something, or however you want to put that together. Is that also, because I don't make films? You seen my intro? That's the best film I've ever made.
Dude, that was a good analogy, because I'm a songwriter. I play a lot of cover songs, so I kind of understand the idea of songs and just how they're built. And like you said, sometimes you'll have a chorus, maybe a bridge, going a verse part, and just kind of build off that. And that's sort of what I do with this stuff. I never know how it's going to flow, how it's going to end up. I never know how it's going to end up. And that's the beautiful part of it. The creative side of it. But also, I learned a lot about about people and their experiences in a lot of different areas, like the paranormal, UFOs, cryptid, things like that.
Right.
And it just, the variety of people. That's another thing I find very interesting about all this too.
Yeah, your style seems to it's like a narrative style, right? Where you have like there's a voice talking through it, and then like there's something, and then like the things seem to flow into one another. Do you actually also go out and actually interview people on some of your films?
I haven't had a chance yet. I'm hoping that I can get there soon. It's just like I said, these reports that I put out are already out there, but just my own interpretation of them.
Okay. Okay. That's where it really comes from, because like I said, I've noticed the difference, because I've seen other short films, half hour, could be about Sasquatch, Mothman, Bigfoot, whatever it may be, but a lot of them seem to fit, they follow a certain, you can say, I can put you in a box saying it's a narration type thing, but that's not really, that's just to give people just an idea of like a kind of what to expect. But I noticed that there's a certain, like, where everyone puts a little bit of their salt in the soup. Yours is a different kind of soup. It's a little bit different, man. Like, where did you get your influences from to do what you do?
Oh, wow, man. As far as the creative influences, man, that pool runs deep with a lot of different people, with a lot of different creative avenues. Everything from musicians, like Led Zeppelin, The Doors, Guns N' Roses, people like that. As far as the musician goes, as far as like filmmakers, you know, like Spielberg, Lucas, people like that. As far as writers go, like Stephen King, Dean Koontz,
Stanley
people like
Kubrick, maybe.
that.
That's some weird
Yeah,
stuff. Stanley Kubrick,
exactly. I
yeah.
mean, there's just so many dimensions, really. I mean, because you just, for me, I just never know where the inspiration's going to come from. You know,
Right.
the connection's going to come from, and
Right.
that it's just such a cool thing that I have that, and
It's
I want to share that, and I try to push that into what I put out. You know?
So when you're hit by a subject, say you run across an article, you're listening to a specific piece of music at a time, or you just watched a film that motivates you, and you come across something that kind of fits into an idea that you have, what is the first step in what you do? Do you start researching it, or how do you go about it?
I definitely research it, you know, as much as I can, you know, by reading articles, uh, excuse me, watching videos, documentaries on the subject, things like that. And then I just kind of go from there and start writing like an intro, and then just go from there and let it flow. Because once that faucet is open, the water just flows, man. I mean, I don't know how to shut it off sometimes. You know.
Oh God, I have so much in my head. I haven't been able to buy electric guitar, and I haven't played an electric guitar for. I mean, I've touched one maybe for 10 minutes in the last 4 years. I have so much shit in my head, bro. Whenever I'm able to find time, I want to write a whole album. I mean, vocals, bass line, the drum I have to program, but you know, I understand drums. Guitar, I can do all those leads and backups and all that, and the rhythms, and you know, you have to quadruple sometimes, do them 8 times depending on how you want it to feel, and just have a whole. I have so much stuff, and it's not going to be under a particular type genre, but I just know it's going to be a lot of distortion.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I did an album about like that. It was sort of like an instrumental album I did about 10 years ago, like
Yeah.
that. There was only one song where I had vocals, and that was just me, a piano, and 2 guitar tracks, and that was it. But I understand the whole album thing, man. I want to do another one, you know. But
Yeah.
you know, because I've learned a lot, not only in life, but about music and just
Oh my
about
God.
everything. And I would love to put that into a full album if I could.
Yeah, man. I was like a
That would be
big
cool.
like. I have like, you know, I was in bands, 2 big bands. You know, we did a lot of shows. I did a couple hundred shows, and like now, and it was all like thrash metal, death metal. Just I'm an angry young man.
Yeah, mosh
I'm an
pits,
angry
yeah,
guy. Mosh pit, wall of death,
yeah.
circle pits, all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
And oh yeah, dude, that was my shit, bro. I mean, I even got my Rammstein shirt on. I still love it. And then I just got into like a psychedelic like doom metal. So it's like you take like something like, you know, the Rolling Stones or like Pink Floyd, and then you put like a heavy drop A guitar behind it, and you make it cosmic, and then you talk about, you know, the affectation of life and what it does to us and expanding consciousness on a spiral and stuff like that. I just go, yeah,
have that
that's
type
what
of
I'm into.
have that type of music and do some like spoken word over that. You know, that would be cool too.
That would be something you would do. I would maybe put some jokes over top of it or something, like, you know, like at the end of that Tool album where they had Bill Hicks in the background talking. That would be something,
Yeah.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
you mentioned that, and I thought of spoken word. Then I thought of Henry Rollins when he did his spoken word stuff.
He's an interesting cat. That guy's interesting as
Yeah,
hell.
for
I don't know
sure.
what's,
You know, and I was inspired. I was inspired a lot by him too, because I can't remember the book's name, but I read his book and I could relate to him because there was a part in it where he was just, you know, living on the streets, you know, living out of a shed and walking everywhere, and I totally related that to that because I was living that life too, and he's one of the people that I gained a lot of influence from, especially now and later in life, because he he's got it going on, because he'll travel alone just to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He has like
And
he has stereo equipment in his house. I watched an interview where he said he has something like $150,000 worth of like just speakers, and he just
Yeah.
like he just puts it, he measures it all out. He's like really, kind of OCD about it, and he'll just take an old school record and put it down and jam it old school and just sit there. He doesn't drink or smoke or any of that stuff. He just sits there and just enjoys the album and reads the covers and just go.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah,
yeah.
and I like that. The
I
feeling
haven't
he's putting
done
out.
so long. Listen to a full album and read the credits and all that. I used to do that a lot. That
Yeah,
was a
man.
good time, man. You know.
Oh, dude, every Metallica album, I can tell you like all the lyrics, man. I used to get them on cassettes, and you can
Oh
take it
yeah,
apart and pull it out,
yeah,
and then I'm in my
yeah.
I'm in my room singing "Creeping Death," and my mother would walk by, and I'm just going, "Die by my
Right,
hand," and then
right.
it's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
Sorry, Mom, I'm not into Michael Bolton, baby.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you and I kind of have like that thing where music runs through what we do. I do
Oh
more of
yeah, oh yeah,
a spoken art in the moment kind of thing.
yeah.
I a little
And
jokey. I try to keep the ball rolling, and you have like a thing where it's kind of like, here, hey guys, you can look at me, but this is the way I like to do it. This way, everyone has their own thing, and I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been one to follow trends. That's why I could never. It would be too easy for me to jump online and do like the daily headline videos and all that. Like a lot of other people do. And I'm not knocking what they do. It's just something that I couldn't feel
It, it would
good
bore me.
about.
It would
Oh
bore me to
yeah,
tears. It would bore me to
yeah,
tears. I mean,
yeah,
I have an idea whenever the computer steps up and, then I get some different lighting, then I'm going to do like a reaction channel, but it's going to be like the appreciation. It's going to be called appreciation of stand up. And it's going to be appreciation of like rock and metal. And then like,
oh
even,
yeah,
and then have people
yeah,
like just go ahead and send stuff to me,
yeah,
and I also have an idea for a painting channel where I just paint, film it as I paint, speed it up 3 times, and just put like some, some creepy story in the background. You know what I mean? Like I have a couple ideas to just put it under one banner, but I have, it's so hard. My life is so full even now that I
yeah.
can't parse it out. So, I mean, how much time, say you have an idea that flushes out to be a half hour, we'll just say, you never know. It's just what it is, right? Say if it is, just to kind of reverse engineer the way of looking at it, what kind of time are we talking about from the conception of the idea to the final product that you're ready to put out on YouTube?
Man, that just depends on how connected I get, how deeply connected I get with the project. Sometimes I could get something done in 2 hours. Sometimes I can get something done in 2 weeks. So there's times that I really get it done, but there's other times I got to sit down and say, "Hey, this ain't gonna get done unless you do it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do.
And those moments there, man, you just got to push through. That's just all I can say is push through.
That was a
Because
whole day today. I
yeah,
did
yeah,
5 hours of editing and SEO, search engine stuff, and all that stuff that goes along with that, and uploading it to 3 locations. It's sometimes you have to go, I'm sitting down and I'm doing it today. I understand, man.
yeah, yeah. But then there's other times that it almost feel like you're on a wave and you're just riding with it and letting it flow with you.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. That connection. Yeah, I want the numbers, I want the clicks and all that. Yeah, that's a good thing. But to have that connection, I know what it's like to sit back and watch something cool.
Right.
And
Dude.
if I can make something cool and people think it's cool, that's what it's about.
It's the best thing in the world. It's the best thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
It's better than it's the best accolade you can ever get, where someone says, hey, I like your music, man. There's people who still jam my music, who still write me today from an album I put out 15 years ago. And they're just like, dude, I still jam this thing. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Why?
Hell yeah. Because it's that connection, man. It's like that artist, Rodriguez. he put out a couple albums. I think it was like I can't remember the year, 70s, 80s
Mm-hmm.
maybe, but he put out a couple albums. Didn't do anything. He worked in hard construction labor, remodeling things like that, and somehow this town in South Africa got his album, and the town just got behind it, and they used it as anthems, things like that, and years later, I mean, like years later, when the guy's like 55, 60, 65 years old, he learns of this, and they bring him over and they set him up with concerts, things like that. And that's just very cool how people can connect with something and it can move you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I know it's kind of hard to be, it's kind of like maybe picking between children, but if someone were to go and watch one of the episodes on your channel, which is called Hatfield Films, by the way, guys, description down below for anyone watching this later on YouTube. It's been up a couple times on the screen there. Which one would you say that, you felt like you got as close as you could to the feeling that you wanted to at the time that really inspired you? And when you look back, you go, that's a cool piece of artwork. Where would you send them? Which episode?
Man, I would say it's a playlist I have called the Legend of Bigfoot, and a lot of those I connected with. A lot of those I filmed a lot of the background footage, and that one too. That one there, and also I have one called Narrated Stories, and that's where I put out a lot of my original stories, original short films, things like that. And that means a lot to me too. Not many people watch those because some of them are pretty out there.
Okay.
And as somebody who edits, a filmmaker, somebody who edits, I'm always learning, like you, man.
Got another sub, bro. You got another sub.
Hell yeah! Boom. Thank you so much. Go. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
But I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You were saying that something of the effects that I do the same thing, something like that.
Yeah, as far as editing, you want that edit to look good. You want that edit to flow. You want that edit to have the information that you're trying to portray, and that just sometimes that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, I was doing a thing where I didn't do it on the last two because sometimes it's just too much. Where I go through and I'll take parts of the story and I'll just go ahead and fade them in and out to go to the next little piece to get that bit of motivation going, so they can get through the intro, because the intro kind of is a promotion for yourself to get to the actual episode. And I don't know if that's working or not, or helping or not. Sometimes I'm thinking I just cut the intro, except for the live, and just go ahead and put it in there too, and just be like, "Hey, welcome back," because we live in that world now where people are clicky, fast.
Right, and I kind of battle with that too, because I like a good intro, but also I like something that just like gets to the point and then jumps right into it, if the subject matter requires it. You know what I mean? I think it just determines on the subject matter.
And sometimes
and the flow of it.
It's the feel too. Sometimes you have an episode where it's just like, hey, there's no way to really kind of broach the subject on this, so I'll just kind of get into it.
Right, exactly.
And then sometimes you'll talk to somebody and have a myriad of experiences, UFO, this, that, Bigfoot, like Mike, who also just subbed. Mike he's an incredible scene. I got 3 subs, bro. They know, man. It's been
thank you.
My pleasure, bro. And thanks, Mike. Thank everybody who's subbed to William's channel. Go check out his videos. You won't be sorry. I promise. You want to get your popcorn, and just if you want to hear some weird shit, that's and a cool way of presenting it. So, okay. Speaking of that, dude, what is doing your investigations and looking into it before you actually sit down and write the stuff and get everything? Do you do, first of all, do you do like a storyboard, or how do you do it?
I basically take a lot of notes and just kind of put the pieces together, as I go. Yeah, as
Oh,
I'm doing it, but I'll have the subject, like for example, the video I did on the movie Poltergeist from 1982.
oh yeah.
Um uh, did a fairly long video on that one because there's a lot that went into that one, and just how you want to piece it together. You know, what stories you want to put where. And but that movie there, I recommend anybody watch that movie and
Mhm.
not only watch the video I got out, but there's plenty other documentaries that tell the story about that movie and its connection to a lot of strange stuff.
I was talking to oh my god, it's I don't know why it's one of the big hitters. His name is oh, he's got a cool fucking name. I can't think of his name, but he was on Tinfoil Hat. He was telling me about Stanley Kubrick, and he actually would make the people actually feel like they were under duress. You know what I mean? He would actually like do some really weird stuff, like when he did The Shining, what he actually did to Shelley Duvall, and actually made her feel like, yeah, she might possibly perish here, and like put people under that kind of terror and stress. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. If I ever get to the point to where I'm actually making a movie or anything, I don't know if I put anybody through that, but
No.
I can understand the process of getting into character. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Because
that's something different though. We're not talking about harming somebody mentally or emotionally
right,
to make the movie
right,
the best
yeah.
it can
But
be. That's
when you
that's
start
the
messing with
saying.
people's head, yeah, when you start messing with people's head to get something on film, that's not good. That's not
No.
good at all. You know.
So, so doing your research, what is something that has showed up that has been shocking to you that you put in the movie right away that just blew you away?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
Thank you. The
Uh,
hell was his name? What was his name? I can't believe he got. I'll
well,
get there.
when I heard about the guy that dressed up in a ghillie suit and started running between cars on this country road and got hit by one car and then another car hit him and he died. That's one story. And then another story, and now these are true stories here. But another story was two guys were found uh, in the woods dead because they went out looking for Bigfoot. They were lost for 3 days and they found them on, I believe it was a Christmas Eve or
Wow,
Christmas 2024 or something.
wow,
Yeah,
that's recent. Whoa.
yeah, real recent. But I knew I had to do something with that because that has a lot to take in and a lot of information for people, not only about the people that got killed, but also about safety when you're doing things like this. Not just,
Yeah,
going out looking for Bigfoot, but, going into abandoned places like that, be wise, be smart, and be safe out there. Be prepared as much as you can.
yeah.
And there's a
You
lot to take in.
you were when I last talked to you, are you still going out in the woods by yourself?
Um, I haven't so much in a while because just life, real life. I've
Yeah,
been
I
on
understand.
vacation. I've been on vacation this past week, and I planned to go this week, but unfortunately, the weather got in my way, and so that kind of a wash. So I spent a lot of time, working on the channel, trying to push things out, put things together. Like I've recently put out a couple of videos called Bigfoot in America, where doing the research on this, I have learned that there are a lot of people in a lot of cities and a lot of towns with a lot of stories of a lot of strange things,
Oh yeah.
and if I can, you know, I'm not saying they're true. I'm not saying they're not true. I'm just here to tell the story of what's going on. That's it.
That's what I'm
And I
doing.
let you determine on what's going on. You
Right.
know.
Ask
So
questions, ask appropriate. I do the same thing. I just ask appropriate questions, try to think of something out of the unusual. Maybe sometimes, you can ask a question and something will spark in their mind right there at the moment. And they'll go, oh, that's right, this, and this. And that is the thing that I also really enjoyed, like that moment in time that got created through whatever consciousness I'm using to ask them the question that no one has thought to ask them yet. So that's also cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow! I can't wait till you guys see this episode that when she comes on. Northwest Native Tracker, please like and subscribe to her channel. You should get up. We should contact her and talk to her. I think you'd find her to be really interesting, my friend. Really interesting. So yeah, so that's strange. So Bigfoot, you have an extreme fascination with Bigfoot, or is it just that you like monsters? What is it about the whole paranormal side of things that just makes you do what you do?
It's the unknown of it all, because there's things that have been reported that, sound convincing, sounds convincing, but there's things that's been reported that don't sound convincing. And the whole unknown, hey, what's around the corner is what drives me, that curiosity of it all.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah, I think it's human nature. It's human nature to want to know.
Yeah.
And or sometimes even to be frightened,
Yeah, because at the heart of it, we're explorers.
Yeah.
And, whether
makes you wonder about a lot of things.
Whether
a lot of things.
You explore mountains, whether you explore caves, whether you explore restaurants, whatever, we're explorers.
Yeah, that was the first thing you did when we were a kid and we would move a lot and rent. The first thing you would do was just go through the whole house,
Right.
Go to the backyard. If you had a little
Right.
piece of property that backed up woods, you go into the woods and see, it comes out in this parking lot over here. Over here's a ditch line. Okay, cool. I can make a fort here. It's just what we do. And this is just the frontier. We are pushing the frontier, where people with these experiences and letting them. I saw the Hatfield Films end off there. All right, Jenny, thank you. We got another one. Awesome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just enjoy that aspect of it. And I like to push music too, that to go out and explore dissonance.
With this whole film stuff that I'm doing, I love the fact that I'm able to decide what music goes behind it, the score music behind the films I do. I love that, because I've always been a fan of movie scores, soundtracks, things like that.
Where do you get those from without YouTube giving you issues?
Just a lot of different free sites,
Okay.
A lot of clips. I edit some together. I write my own stuff a lot. Just wherever I can get it that doesn't cost me too much money.
I understand. Yeah. Like me,
some of this stuff is very expensive these days.
Yeah, I'm doing everything still on the free, man, because of the situation that I'm in. But whatever, I'm still making the best product I can.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
With that, I've got limited resources, just like everybody else, without getting too much into it. But I'm taking the resources that I have and just trying to put something cool together. That's it.
Yeah. And the thing is that music is such a big part of my life. And like it's such a representation of my personality. Because when I started listening to metal, it wasn't cool, man. It still isn't cool.
Listening to metal has never been cool, but that ain't why I've listened to metal.
Not because it's not cool, just because I like it.
Right, exactly. Because it's the connection I had, either the music, the lyrics, the flow of the song,
the feeling, man.
Feeling. Yeah.
You have people think that it would make you aggressive. For me, it does the opposite. It makes me not aggressive. The music is meeting with my emotions that I'm feeling. Whether
Right.
sometimes I enjoy a very sad song. Play "Simple Man" from Leonard Skinner. I'm with you, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Like
and then you play some Meshuggah, like "Bleed" or something, and it's 7 minutes of fucking thunder. I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just depends on the moment what I'll be listening to.
Yeah, it's always been very helpful, but like we're talking about being older, you get these influences change you, and changes everything that you touch, everything that you feel. And I've been trying to, I do so many different things, the painting and the podcasting and the music, and stand-up comedy in Spanish, just so many ideas that I just like. I wish I had just a clone of myself that I can just go, you go and make the money one week, I'll go and do the artistic work. We meld at the end
Yeah.
of the week. So I remember, that you did put the ceiling fan in, and now I got to run the wire. And then you remember that you're going to finish this joke. And just because I don't
Right.
have enough time in the day to do the things I really want to do.
Exactly. You know, like the responsibilities I have, I take care of them, but that voice in my head is always working. You know what I'm saying? Always going. That voice in my head is, no matter what I'm doing, you know, it's just
Yeah.
crazy how that happens. You know, I mean, I get
Yeah.
stuff done, and and I'm responsible in life, but there's that voice that's always telling me, work on this, do this. What's the next project? What's the
Oh,
next thing?
oh yeah. For me, it's always like some kind of rhyming thing in my head where like someone or like a word play. Like the word for Cheetos here is Cheetos, right?
Mhm.
I don't know why, but that's how they pronounce it here. And my girlfriend has little toes, so I tell her, I say, "Oh, you got some Cheetos." It's just my stupid brain thinking of dumb stuff that I cannot get out. I have to tell somebody it. I got called an old man the other day by a Spanish woman who was upset that I parked in the wrong spot. Oh, some old man over here. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, that's the first time I've ever been called old. And second of all, you're older than me. How does that work? That's like me
No
being on
doubt.
the me being on the phone, be like, yeah, this fucking white lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's,
Yeah.
I'm whiter than she is. It's just that kind of stuff. The oddness of the universe, the way people accept things, the way they accept them without question. That is that. So stand up is for that, to say what I want to say when I want to say it, right? Music is there to get out that emotion and that feeling. And then this is like the connection to everybody. So it
Exactly.
kind of fits
Yeah.
all the holes that I need in my
Yeah.
life. So you have that too, being a musician, being a film producer. So I remember you were talking about going out. Did you ever find any Bigfoot, like spore or whatever you want to call it, out in the woods?
I found a few different down trees that were interesting. One tree was blocking a path, and the tree didn't have a root system. Like
A
it.
root ball.
Yeah. It just it was put there because there was no root where it would fall. Where the tree would
Uh-huh.
fall. There was no root system there. I found that a couple times. And out in Morgan Monroe State Forest, I found this really odd, small structure, like big enough for, I don't know, a couple foxes to sleep in or something. But that's just how big it was. But it was meticulously built, and that was just odd to me. For one, how well it was built and how small it was. So that was just
Yeah.
weird. That was just weird. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
Uh,
you always find stuff out there. You're just like, what is that? Sometimes you'll find like even if it's like just an animal leg, just a bone, and
yeah.
that happens. It's life, and you still wonder like, how the hell did I get there? you
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
Yeah, you were going to say something.
But yeah, a couple heard some strange sounds and some knocks on some trees that I really can't
Okay.
explain. But the areas that I go to are known to be somewhat hotspots for Bigfoot. Like Morgan Monroe State Forest, Hoosier National Forest, places
Okay.
like that, Brown
Let me
County.
ask,
You
let me
know,
ask you a bit of a personal question, but not too personal. Like, okay, say for example, today I could snap my fingers and say, you have enough money to, for all your base needs, rent, food, electricity, all that stuff, right? And
yeah.
then I would give you, say, an extra bit for repairs and replacement of broken items. And then I gave you a little bit more to say, okay, this is enough for you to not have to, that you can go on trips and things like that. If that money was in your pocket now and you were able to do that, what would you be doing with Hatfield Films?
Oh wow. A lot of different things, man. I can't stay in one lane. I would do a lot of with stuff I'm doing. Um, I would branch off into doing more detailed documentaries about places like the pyramids, uh, you know, Stonehenge, places like that. I visit places like that, and do documentaries on places like that.
And just
I think
kind
that
of,
would
and
be
then
kind of cool.
I think, would you also maybe also, I would just, I guess the question was a meaning, one that meant something different for me, but I was thinking more along the lines, would you be out doing research looking for these cryptids? So do you have a little bit more of
Oh yeah, yeah. If
a
I had the
personal,
money, if I had unlimited resources, yeah, I'd spend a few months here, a few months there to definitely visit a lot of these places, a lot of the hot spot places, and
well, the good thing about
research
that
a
is that
lot of them.
we know a lot of people that can, oh, the Who, Wolf told them, hey, what are you guys over there promoting that band? My girlfriend loves that band too. You ever heard of the Who? Not the Who that we know, not Robert Daltrey. The Who, the one from Mongolia. Have you heard them before? Look it up. It's really weird. It's like Mongolian rock metal, but it's not what you think. It's very tribal, and they're driving Harleys and shit. It's pretty cool. So yeah, man. Oh, dude, I love it. I love just running across an artist that's just doing what they want to do, and that's why. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, I don't know about all that. You should, Pam. You need to listen to "Dope Smoker" from Sleep. It's an hour song. Tell me what you think about that one. You ever listen to Sleep, William?
No, no, no.
Yeah, dude, that's my shit, man. That's my shit. That's one of them anyway. And then Yob, of course. Mike Scheid was the one who said that thing that I said at the beginning, where he said, "I don't play guitar and say I'm going to write music now. I just pick it up and just kind of play around with it and give it space for that inspiration to come in, and then it
Yeah,
comes out, and then it all gets written within. His songs are freaking anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes long, each one of them.
yeah.
And
I
it's
can
like,
totally relate to what you're saying there as far as picking the guitar up. Sometimes you just let it flow, because I mean, coming up with riffs, song ideas, whatever. Uh, you just it just happens, and that's the cool thing about it.
it's hard
Makes
to
it,
it's
yeah.
hard to describe that, to or explain that to somebody too, because there's not everyone has that. There's
Right,
people,
right.
but there's also people out there that I cannot be. There's people who can put 60 hours of work a weekend and just be happy,
Yeah,
grinding, and they got
yeah.
their Porsche and they got their penthouse apartment, and they're living it up. And some people, well, you can't get there. Well, of course you can get there, but you have to be kind of a maniac.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
literally a maniac to do that. And then there's people who just like, they just live on the beach and surf all day, and and they're happy. They got a little plot of land with their little house on it, and they make enough money through disability, and they're happy. They're
yeah.
happy as they can be,
You
And then you
know,
have people like me who are just not happy because we want it. We have too much to say and not enough time to say it.
right, right. Because there's so many different topics. There's there's just so many real life topics that I would love to tap into and explore. And like you said, there's just not enough time in the day to do everything, to touch on everything. Because we all got to work, we all got bills to pay. Just the way life goes, and I'm not complaining. No, no, but it's just the way it goes. If we could have 48-hour days, I would be
Mhm.
okay with that.
Yeah, I would be fine to be able to stay up for 48 hours and then sleep for
Yeah.
48 and sleep for
You
48,
know, uh,
hibernate like a
uh,
bear and grow with a thicker beard than I have. I'd be happy with
yeah.
that.
If I didn't have to sleep or eat, I would get so much more done. So really, man.
Yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you, dude. But there's still people, like, people wonder, like, when there's musicians that are like, famous celloists or something, whatever that word is, or someone who plays the cello, and they're in their 80s and they're going, "Hey, why aren't you retired?" He goes, "I'm just starting to get better at it." There's no
Right, right, exactly, man. It's about the passion you have for
It's
what you do.
the
Uh,
process. It's fun to do. That's what
yeah,
it is.
yeah. The
It's
process. Yeah,
relaxing. It's relaxing.
yeah, yeah. It's content. It's you feel at ease. You feel okay.
Yeah, you feel in that moment, like when I'm painting, I feel like those 2 hours just don't exist to me. It's just like or 3 hours, however long it takes me, and I'm just in there trying to create that visual effect in such a way that sometimes it even surprises myself, and kind of see it as it's coming forward, because you go, oh wow, and sometimes there's an accident that'll go like, oh shit, I can go this way, and then make it come down at an angle this way to give it the effect that I didn't even think, oh, that's going to be a river now, or that's going to be a pine cone. And you just kind of, and it's just that whole thing that it's like you're finding something that doesn't exist for anybody else except for you. And it's hard to describe.
That's exactly how I look at everything I create, just when you find it, you find it.
Yeah, buddy. So how many films do you put out on average? I know, like we were talking about, it's not something that it's a production line, but if you were to average, if you were to give it an average, how often do you do it, say, per month?
Man, I tell you, for the past 6, 7, 8 months, I've been putting videos out at least once or twice a week.
Yeah,
and
you've been jamming.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, that's so true, dude. This was what's killing me about it. That's why I had to ask you, really, because you make really good Facebook posts. I got to actually take your template and learn how to do it the way you do it. It's just so much work that I do care, but not that much.
Right.
I care. Here it is, guys, but I can't put it in a format where people go, ooh, I don't have that ability. And I'm seeing your posts, you're always like, hey, Tom, check this out. Hey, Tom, promote this. Throwing it on my Facebook page, Jaya Jupiter. Go over, guys, if you want to go and promote your stuff or start a cool conversation. Pictures of crazy encounters, whatever you want to talk about it. Just going over there, and I see that you post your stuff, and I go, oh, he's posting again. That's different than last week's, and it's incredible sometimes, like the way in which the ability for you to put out so much material.
Thank you. It's just like I said, this stuff hits me like. It just comes to me. I don't plan this out, and I look back and I think, damn, I did a lot of work and put out a lot of videos, but that's why I don't focus on like the view count and all that, because when, it's out there now, if people want to watch it, it's there. YouTube's a good platform. It's a safe, so far, it's a safe platform for me. I'm a little bit on Facebook, but YouTube is where it's at for me, and it's just a good place to put my stuff out.
Yeah, it's hats off to you, man. Like, I have a hard time just making 5-minute videos for TikTok. I don't have the time, man. I don't have the lust. There's people who that phone is glued to their hand every day, and I love over here on the side, my. Like the Jaya Jupiter family is over here, hooking you up, writing, here you go. Look, Hatfield Films keeps popping up. They'll make sure that everyone knows. They're having discussions with people who come in. There's like a whole thing. And I love all that. But to constantly be on and writing and hi, and I don't have that ability.
Well, I love to write. I love to do all this. But, that those moments when you read a good book, that moments when you watch a good movie, or those moments that nothing else matters. I have been riding that wave for the past few months, and honestly, I'm waiting for it to die out, but it just seems to keep getting going and going and going. So well, I'm just holding on as it goes.
It's a bit of self-motivation, dude. If you're getting, you're under 1,000 subs, and you're getting 33,000, 25,000, 15,000 views on some of your videos. That's motivating. That means that people are digging your shit. So like, okay, that's cool, but I don't like it anymore. I want to tweak the next one. Like, I'll listen to an album that I wrote.
Yeah.
I go,
yeah.
Man, I could have did that so much better. And people are still digging it. Like, you like that? Oh, okay.
I can't remember who said it, but you're only as good as your last album. You're only as good as your last song. You're only as good as your last movie. You're only as good as your last book, your last story. So
I got a little bit of fight back against that one, because there is the overall, like, if you look at like Tool's discography, and you would say, okay, their last album is not as good as, say, Anemia or something like that, which is an incredible album, or Lateralis, which is my favorite album from them. and you go, but it's still really freaking good. But I wouldn't say they're only as good as that. I think they're as good as all of it, but they were able to still push the envelope the best they can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Or there's sometimes where bands kind of box themselves, and then there's times where they sell out. You know, like when Metallica try to do with Load and Reload. Like, what is that? What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what, because that's a band I follow. A lot of I would watch a lot of the basically documentaries of not just Metallica, but bands like Pink Floyd,
Megadeth, all that.
NXS, Rush, all that. Those
Oh, Rush.
documentaries
Oh,
where
Rush.
they
They
would
had a
go
new
into
drummer,
the
dude.
studio.
Did you see
Yeah,
that? Dude,
yeah,
it's a chick,
yeah,
and she's
yeah.
killing it, bro. She's gonna take
I'm,
she's gonna take Neil Peart's position, and then I watched a video of her today playing. Her fucking her playing in the pocket, bro. Her pocket playing, her sense of feel, her sense of
yeah,
timing is a
yeah,
little bit after the beat when she wants it. Like her bass drum is a little after the beat, like it's like one and but like in a quarter, like it's not even a half beat. But her snare will be like on the hit. It's weird, man. And you just go, okay, who did they get? And you look up and you go, because Neil Peart, if you guys don't know, or Neil Peart, however you want, I say Peart because that's where I grew up from. He's one of the best drummers that ever did it. Listen to Tom Sawyer. If you don't know, just listen to the Phil and Tom Sawyer when he comes out and try to find the one. Good luck. And then you're going to have, and you're not usually, you had Kid Rock. They had the chick, the female drummer. There was Kitty. She's a female drummer. There's a couple good ones out there to mention, but I was like, you're going to feel near Pert's shoes. She's got to be awesome, and she is. So I'm so looking forward to them getting out there again.
Yeah. I'm glad they got somebody like her because I've seen a few since it came out that she was going to do it. I watched a few different videos of her playing. I would close my eyes and just listen.
Yeah.
And feel it. Yeah. And like you said, she's got it, man. And I couldn't find anything of her, playing any Rush songs.
Oh, it's going to come.
But yeah, for sure. But I think they did well because there's a video about of Alex Blyton and Geddy Lee talking about them doing this and picking her. It's very humbling, and you see where they come from with this. Yeah, and there's part of it where they said each show they're gonna do a tribute to Neil, and that's awfully cool.
One of my three favorite bass players is Geddy Lee, Geezer Butler, and of course Jerry was a race car driver. Primus, what is his name?
Yeah.
Les Claypool.
Les Claypool. Yeah.
Like these people are from Mars. And you just and Geddy Lee for me and Geezer Butler are the core of what like a real bass player is. They're just fantastic.
Yeah, I've got a few good bass player and other musicians that I'm highly influenced by. Even just by them, not so much by their music, just by their
personality.
Yeah, exactly, and just how humble they are about what their craft and everything.
Yeah, dude,
that's pretty cool.
So what do we? We're winding down here a little bit. So what do we have to look forward to? Just you're going to be. You were talking about maybe Tubi and things like that. What are we looking forward to?
Yeah. See, I'm trying to put some things together. I'm researching on how to get films on streaming services like Tubi, Apple TV. I mean, there's a lot of different other ones. Even Hulu and Netflix. If place called Film Hub that you got to put your stuff through to meet the guidelines. They'll ship it out. Maybe somebody pick it up. And I've seen a lot of independent filmmakers do films and documentaries, and get picked up. And people that I've seen, online and through a lot of these different Facebook internet groups that I'm in. And it just kind of inspired me that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, dude.
And I think my stuff and my ability to narrate, to tell a good story.
It's the best part, bro. It's the best part. It follows, man. It follows. I love, like, you'll have a through line. Of course, you have a through line. But I love how you're able to then walk outside the path to talk about what you're doing and come back and hit that like it's like a like an on ramp hitting the highway that is your through line, and it is seamless. Sometimes it is seamless,
well,
man.
thank
So
you.
you're very dude. You understand? This is what I'm an artist too. I don't do what you do, but I see the things you're doing, and I go, I would have never thought of that.
Right. And that stuff just comes to me, and that's what's cool about it. But yeah.
So you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, try to get in some other streaming services, and
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to get some independent films that I'm doing, put together, out to the world more. And maybe if somebody picks it up, cool. If not, that's cool too. At least I try. At least I try. And no matter what you do, at least try.
Yeah. Swing or miss, at least you tried, right?
Yeah,
man. So I wish you all the best, dude, and keep doing what you're doing. I really, honestly do enjoy your stuff, man. And it was
great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, man. Yeah.
And it was great, dude. We got you a couple subs today. Once again, guys, go out there and sub to his channel. It's called Hatfield Films. And sometimes you'll get like some Hatfield and McCoy stuff. Just make sure you type his name again, William Hatfield. Or there's some links that you can go back and check it out. Let's see if I can find one more time.
Just real simple as Hatfield Films, because there's really only one of those. Of course, my last name will be always connected to Hatfield McCoy's. But there's only one Hatfield Films on YouTube, on any other social media. I did my research with any name that I try to pick with anything I do. I do my research on names, see who is using it or who may not use it, things like that, man, because, be different, that's it. That's all I can say. Just be different. Try to anyway.
Yeah, try to be yourself. In the world of mediocrity and every car looks the same. You remember back in the 50s and 60s, you never knew what kind of style was coming out the following year. You never knew. And now everything looks the same. Everyone dresses the same way. And no one wants to be that awkward person, and there's nothing wrong with being awkward. And you and I, if I'm able to speak so candidly, we're kind of like that, and many other people that we look up to, man. I appreciate so much that you came on tonight, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And much luck to you over there at Hatfield Films. And remember, guys, we are the eye, we are aware. Love you all, and have a wonderful weekend. Or not. What's up? You have been watching the Eye of Jupiter podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of your favorite interviews. And remember, we are the Eye, and we are aware.